Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying this: believe in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself with everything you have, even when the world tries to tell you that you're not enough, that you don't have what it takes, that your dreams are too big. You've got to stand tall and say, I am capable, I am worthy, I am here for a reason. That's the first step in achieving anything in life: self-belief. Now, life is not a smooth ride. It's not supposed to be. You are going to face challenges, and I'm here to tell you that's a good thing. Because those challenges are there to make you stronger, sharper, and more prepared for the greatness you're about to step into. Every setback, every failure, every tough time, it's an opportunity to rise again stronger than before. If you don't get knocked down, how can you show the world what you're made of? Adversity shapes you into the person you need to be to achieve greatness. But let me tell you something important: don't compare your path to anyone else's. The journey you're on, the struggles you're facing, the goals you're working toward, they are uniquely yours. You can look at others for inspiration, but remember this: there's only one you, and your life is meant to unfold in its own way, at its own pace. You may not be where you want to be right now, but every step you take, every choice you make, brings you closer to showing the world your potential. And here's the hard truth: standing tall takes courage. It takes courage to hold your head up high when you feel like everything is working against you. It takes courage to be unapologetically yourself when people might not understand or agree with your vision. But you know what? That's where the power is. When you stand tall, you send a message to the world that you are not backing down. You are not going to be silenced. Your voice, your presence, your uniqueness, it matters. But don't expect it to happen overnight. Success is earned through hard work, persistence, and dedication. Well, don't be discouraged if things don't happen instantly. Keep pushing forward, keep showing up, keep believing. Persistence is the key to breaking down walls, overcoming barriers, and achieving everything you're meant to achieve. And let me tell you this: what you achieve isn't just for you. The things you accomplish, the goals you meet, the challenges you overcome, they are a message to others. You may not see it now, but your journey, your story is inspiring someone else to rise, to write, to push through. You're showing the world that anything is possible, that no dream is too big, and that if you keep your head held high and never give up, you too can achieve greatness. So I challenge you today: walk with confidence, speak with power, and take every step with the knowledge that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. The world is waiting for you to show up, so don't hold back. Live with your head held high and show the world what you can achieve. Self-belief is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It is the first and most important step toward any kind of success, because without it, nothing else matters. No matter how skilled, intelligent, or capable you are, if you do not believe in your own potential, you will never take the steps necessary to unlock it. Self-belief is not just a feeling, it's a deep conviction that you have within you the ability to accomplish your goals, no matter how daunting they may seem. It's about having the confidence to start before you know exactly how things will turn out, and the courage to keep going when the road gets tough. The world will constantly test your self-belief. People will doubt you, challenge your dreams, and try to convince you that your goals are too big. At times, you might even start to question yourself, but if you can develop a strong sense of self-belief, you'll be able to block out those external voices and push forward. The truth is, most of the obstacles we face are not external, they are internal. Fear, doubt, and insecurity are the biggest barriers to success. If you don't believe that you can overcome them, you will never even attempt to face them. But when you have self-belief, you look at those fears and doubts as temporary hurdles that can be overcome, rather than insurmountable obstacles. Self-belief does not mean arrogance or thinking that you're better than others. It's not about thinking that you have all the answers or that you can do everything on your own. It's about acknowledging your strengths and recognizing that you are capable of learning, growing, and improving. It's about knowing that while you may not have all the skills right now, you have the ability to acquire them. When you believe in yourself, you're not afraid to take risks or make mistakes, because you understand that those failures are simply part of the journey. Every misstep is an opportunity to learn and evolve. This mindset is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Believing in yourself is also a key component in staying resilient. There will be setbacks, perhaps even major ones, and at times it will feel like you're fighting against forces much larger than yourself. But when you have self-belief, you know that failure is not permanent. It's just a part of the process. You will face challenges, but you'll be able to see them as opportunities to grow stronger, not as reasons to quit. You'll learn how to adapt, how to pivot, and how to move forward in spite of the obstacles. A strong belief in yourself also empowers you to take ownership of your actions and decisions. When you believe that you have control over your own destiny, you stop blaming others for your circumstances. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission to go after your dreams. Instead, you take initiative and take responsibility for your future. This is not always easy. It's much easier to blame external factors for our failures, but when we do so, we disempower ourselves. Self-belief reminds us that we have the power to shape our own lives. One of the most powerful aspects of self-belief is that it propels you to keep going, even when others may not believe in you. In fact, there will be times when the people around you, friends, family, colleagues, will question your choices or tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. Their doubts can sometimes feel like a weight on your shoulders, but if you truly believe in yourself, you can use those doubts as fuel. You can prove them wrong, not out of spite, but because you know deep down that you are capable. People's opinions will always vary, but your belief in yourself is something that you alone can control. The most successful people are not the ones who never doubt themselves, but the ones who, even when doubt creeps in, choose to keep going anyway. They understand that self-belief is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. It's not about never questioning yourself, but about having the inner strength to rise above those doubts and move forward with conviction. The stronger your belief in yourself, the more likely you are to step into your full potential, no matter what obstacles you face along the way. Adversity is a universal part of life. It's something we all face in different forms, whether it's personal struggles, professional setbacks, or unexpected obstacles that seem to appear out of nowhere. The reality is that no one is immune to difficulties, and no path to success is without its challenges. What sets apart those who succeed from those who don't is not the absence of adversity, but the ability to overcome it. The key to overcoming adversity lies not in avoiding hardship, but in how we respond to it. When faced with adversity, the first instinct might be to feel defeated, to question why this is happening, and to wonder whether it's even worth pushing forward. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the weight of challenges and feel like the world is conspiring against you. But here's the truth: adversity is not a signal to stop, it's an invitation to rise. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you think, that you can endure, adapt, and ultimately thrive despite the circumstances. It is in those moments of hardship that your true character is built. The resilience you develop during adversity becomes your foundation for future success. One of the most important things to remember when dealing with adversity is that it's okay to feel discouraged. It's human. No one is asking you to be perfect or to have everything figured out. But the key is not to stay stuck in that feeling. The difference between those who overcome adversity and those who succumb to it is the ability to push through the discomfort, to keep moving forward despite the fear, doubt, and uncertainty. It's about having the strength to keep going even when every part of you wants to quit. In these tough moments, perspective is everything. Adversity can often seem overwhelming, and it may feel like the end of the road, but in truth, it is often just a detour. Many of the greatest success stories come from people who encountered failure after failure, rejection after rejection, but they refused to let it define them. They understood that adversity is a temporary phase in the process, not the final destination. It's about seeing adversity not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone, a necessary part of your growth. The road to success is rarely straight, and often it's the hardest times that teach you the most valuable lessons. Another crucial aspect of overcoming adversity is maintaining belief in yourself. When you're struggling, it can be easy to lose sight of your own strengths and abilities. The constant setbacks may begin to chip away at your confidence, and doubt creeps in. But it is in these moments that your self-belief must be at its strongest. You must remind yourself that you have overcome challenges before, and you have the resilience and the determination to rise above this one as well. Even if you don't feel like it, you have the tools within you to push through and come out stronger. Every time you choose to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible, you prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought. Sometimes overcoming adversity also requires you to reframe your perspective on failure. Too often we associate failure with the end, but failure is actually a necessary part of the learning process. Each mistake, each misstep is an opportunity to grow and refine your approach. The most successful people in the world have failed many times, but they've learned how to fail forward, using each setback as a lesson for the next attempt. They understand that adversity is not a sign to quit, but a chance to gain new insights, new skills, and a deeper understanding of their own potential. In addition to inner strength, overcoming adversity often involves seeking support from others. No one expects you to go through life's challenges alone. Sometimes the best way to push through adversity is by leaning on those who care about you, friends, family, mentors, or even colleagues who have faced similar struggles. Their encouragement, advice, and shared experiences can provide a fresh perspective and remind you that you are not alone in your journey. Together we are stronger. And even when it feels like you're fighting a battle by yourself, knowing that others are there to support you can make all the difference. Overcoming adversity is about persistence. It's about showing up each day, putting in the work, and refusing to let setbacks define you. It's about finding strength in the struggle and learning to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Life will continue to test you. The world will continue to present difficulties. But if you can develop the resilience to push through adversity, you will not only achieve your goals, you will discover a strength within yourself that you never knew you had. Each person's life is their own journey, and it's easy to forget that the path you walk is uniquely yours. In a world that often encourages comparison, it can be tempting to measure your progress against others, to feel like you're falling behind, or to wonder why things aren't unfolding the same way for you. But the truth is, your path is unlike anyone else's, and that's something to be embraced, not resented. The world often tells us that there is one way to succeed, one way to reach our dreams, but that's simply not the case. Embracing your unique path is about accepting that your journey doesn't need to look like anyone else's in order to be valid, valuable, or successful. From a young age, we are taught to follow certain steps, graduate from school, get a good job, climb the corporate ladder, and so on. But for many of us, that prescribed route doesn't fit. It doesn't align with our values, interests, or true purpose. Some people may find fulfillment within that traditional path, and that's perfectly okay. But for others, the journey will require a different approach, a different timeline, and sometimes a lot of risk. Embracing your unique path means giving yourself permission to break away from the expected route and trust that your way is just as valid, if not more so, than anyone else's. This starts with recognizing that there is no blueprint for success. Success is not a one-size-fits-all formula. It comes in different shapes and forms, and what works for one person may not work for another. The pressure to conform to society's expectations can be overwhelming, but it's essential to understand that your life is not a competition against anyone else. You don't need to achieve the same things at the same age or follow the same milestones that others have. Your accomplishments are yours alone to define. The beauty of life lies in the fact that each person has the power to carve out their own story, to create something that is entirely theirs. Another key aspect of embracing your unique path is understanding that it's okay to not have it all figured out. Life is not about having every detail planned or knowing exactly what's coming next. In fact, it's often the uncertainty and unpredictability that lead to some of the most extraordinary experiences and outcomes. The idea that you need to have a perfect linear path to success can be paralyzing. Instead, allow yourself the freedom to explore, to take detours, and to change your mind along the way. The beauty of embracing your path is the understanding that growth is often messy, and that's okay. The most meaningful achievements come not from following a straight road, but from learning to navigate the twists, turns, and bumps that make up the landscape of your own life. You may encounter times of doubt when you wonder if your path is the right one or if you're moving too slowly. But it's crucial to remember that the pace of your journey is not something you need to compare with anyone else's. Someone may seem to be moving faster or achieving more, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. What's important is that you're staying true to yourself and your own values. It's about finding fulfillment in your journey, not trying to replicate someone else's. When you embrace your unique path, you stop worrying about what others are doing and focus instead on what brings you joy, satisfaction, and purpose. In doing so, you unlock a deeper sense of meaning and satisfaction that can't be found in the pursuit of someone else's version of success. At the heart of embracing your unique path is the understanding that you are the author of your own story. Nobody else can dictate what that story looks like or what it should be. You are the one who determines the direction and the pace, and that's a powerful thing. But this also means accepting that there will be challenges and setbacks along the way. When you step off the beaten path, it's natural to face obstacles that others may not encounter. But these challenges don't mean you've taken the wrong road, they're just part of your personal growth. Every hurdle you face along your journey serves to strengthen you, to teach you lessons that will shape you into the person you're meant to become. Embracing your unique path means trusting your intuition and your instincts. It's easy to be swayed by the opinions of others, to second-guess yourself, or to doubt your choices. But the more you learn to trust yourself and your instincts, the more aligned you will feel with your true path. You will begin to make decisions that resonate with who you truly are, and in doing so, you will create a life that reflects your values and passions. Trusting yourself also means giving yourself permission to fail, to take risks, and to be imperfect along the way. The journey is never without its bumps, but that's what makes it authentic, real, and yours. The most fulfilling lives are those that are lived authentically on one's own terms, and in alignment with who you truly are. Embracing your unique path is about accepting that your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's to be valuable. You are the one who gets to define success for yourself. By trusting in your ability to navigate your own path, you open the door to the kind of life that is deeply satisfying, meaningful, and truly yours. The courage to stand tall is not just about physical stature or the ability to walk with your head held high. It's about having the strength to remain true to who you are, even when the world around you seems to be pushing you to conform, to shrink, or to stay quiet. It's about having the audacity to stand firm in your beliefs, your values, and your purpose despite the challenges, opposition, or fear that might arise. The courage to stand tall comes from within, but it is also deeply connected to the external pressures and circumstances that can either challenge you or empower you to rise. Every day we face moments when it would be easier to back down, to lower our heads, or to take the safer route. Society, family, peers, and even our own inner doubts often try to push us in directions that may not align with our authentic selves. It's much easier to blend in, to follow the crowd, to say what people want to hear, and to do what's expected of us. But the true measure of courage is not in choosing the easy path, but in choosing to stand tall, to speak your truth, and to take the road that is right for you, even if it's the road less traveled. Standing tall requires strength and conviction, but it also demands vulnerability. To stand tall is to expose yourself to criticism, to be open to the judgment of others, and to risk rejection. But this vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a powerful act of bravery. It's a declaration that you are willing to be seen for who you truly are, regardless of how others may perceive you. This kind of courage is not about being fearless, it's about acting in spite of fear. The fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of standing out, those are the fears that try to pull us down. But when you have the courage to stand tall, you choose to rise above those fears and act anyway. There are times in life when standing tall requires you to stand alone. The world is full of people who will try to bring you down, who will criticize you for daring to be different or for following your own path. When you make the decision to follow your heart, to pursue your dreams, or to advocate for what you believe in, there will always be those who doubt you, challenge you, or even try to tear you down. But the courage to stand tall means that you do not let their opinions or actions define your worth. You do not let their criticism shape your sense of self. Instead, you rise above it and stay grounded in your own truth. Standing tall also means finding the strength to confront difficult situations head-on. Life is not always easy, and sometimes we must face our fears, confront injustices, or take a stand for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable. It's easier to stay silent, to ignore the problems, or to walk away, but true courage lies in standing firm when it matters most. Whether it's standing up for someone else, speaking out against something wrong, or simply asserting your own needs and boundaries, the courage to stand tall is about taking action, even when it feels risky or uncertain. At its core, standing tall is about self-respect. It's about recognizing your own worth and not allowing anyone to diminish it. The courage to stand tall comes from understanding that you have a right to take up space in this world, that your voice matters, and that your presence has value. It's not about arrogance or pride, but about having the strength to remain authentic to yourself and to carry yourself with dignity, regardless of the circumstances. When you stand tall, you are declaring that you are not afraid to be seen, to be heard, and to exist fully in the world. In many ways, standing tall is a choice. It's a choice to face the world with confidence, to rise above the noise, and to be unapologetically yourself. It's about finding the inner strength to say, I am here, I belong, I am worthy of respect, and I will not be diminished. Even in the face of adversity, standing tall is a conscious decision to rise above the challenges, to remain true to your values, and to stand firm in your commitment to your dreams. It's about being steadfast, resilient, and unshakable no matter what life throws your way. The courage to stand tall is one of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate. It is the strength to embrace your uniqueness, to speak your truth, and to walk your path with conviction. It's about knowing that your worth is not determined by the opinions or actions of others, and that your voice, your presence, and your beliefs have the power to shape the world around you. When you choose to stand tall, you take ownership of your life, your choices, and your destiny, and you inspire others to do the same. Persistence, often the difference between success and failure, is the ability to keep moving forward even when the path seems unclear, difficult, or filled with obstacles. In a world that values instant results and quick fixes, persistence stands as a reminder that greatness is not achieved overnight. It is the quiet force that pushes us forward when everything else around us is trying to pull us back. It's what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. The journey to success is rarely linear. In fact, it's almost always messy, unpredictable, and full of setbacks. When you face rejection, experience failure, or encounter unforeseen challenges, it's easy to feel disheartened and question whether the effort is worth it. However, it is during these moments when everything seems to be falling apart that persistence becomes your greatest asset. It's the ability to keep going when you feel like quitting, to take another step when it seems like you've hit a dead end, and to believe that progress is still possible, even if you can't see it right away. Persistence is more than just an act of willpower. It's a mindset. It's the belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. It's about understanding that success doesn't happen in a straight line, and that every failure is simply a lesson in the making. Those who are persistent don't see failure as the end, but as a temporary setback on the road to achieving their goals. They understand that growth comes from overcoming challenges, not from avoiding them. With persistence, failure is reframed as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. A key component of persistence is resilience, the ability to bounce back after hardship. Life can be tough, and sometimes it feels like the world is working against you. But the power of persistence is that it doesn't allow you to stay down. It reminds you that setbacks are part of the process, not the definition of it. When you're persistent, you can take the punches and keep moving. You develop a toughness and inner strength that allows you to withstand hardship without giving up on your ultimate goal. Persistence also means having the patience to stay committed over the long haul. Too often we expect things to happen quickly, and when they don't, we lose motivation. But real progress doesn't come overnight. Whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or pursuing a dream, it takes time and consistent effort. There will be days when you feel exhausted, when you wonder if all the work is worth it, and when the finish line seems too far away. But persistence is what helps you keep your eyes on the long-term goal. It helps you focus on the process, not just the outcome. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that your efforts will eventually pay off. One of the most powerful aspects of persistence is its ability to unlock potential. When you keep going, even when you don't feel like it, you tap into a deeper well of strength, creativity, and determination. With each step forward, you learn more about yourself and the challenges you face. You discover new ways to solve problems, new strategies for overcoming obstacles, and new perspectives on your journey. Persistence doesn't just get you to your goal, it transforms you along the way. It helps you build character, develop new skills, and cultivate a mindset of success. The more persistent you are, the more capable you become of handling whatever comes your way. The power of persistence can also inspire others. When people see you keep pushing through adversity, they begin to believe that they can do the same. Your perseverance becomes a beacon for others who may be struggling, showing them that no challenge is too great and that success is within reach, even if the road is long. Sometimes the most significant impact we have on others is not through words, but through the example we set with our actions. By being persistent, you show the world that determination can overcome almost anything.